So guys, I want to show you something funny. We just had a little mishap with the IV, and I fixed the issue. Thank God we were able to do that without a nurse coming. But let me show you. The IV dripping. Look how slow it's dripping, right? Now watch, it's gonna drip fast. Do you see how it's sped up? Look at that. Now I'm gonna show you why it does that. Now it's gonna slow down again. Watch. Okay, now watch. So this is Jill.
This is
her
the way it
arm
goes
on the
slow.
table. Okay, hold on. Arm is on the table. IV drip is barely dripping. Okay. Now she's gonna do the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States, the America.
And now the IV is dripping quick. Is that not bizarre?
I said of the America, United States
of
of America. I'm losing it. It is 12 a.m. I have had it. I can't even speak. I'm hungry. I'm just looking forward to my soup.
Good, brand new little
My little
dressing that we put on
peripheral.
there, so.
I can't even speak at this time of night. It's just morning. It's about 9:15. I just running my morning IVs, giving myself some anti-nausea medication. And yeah, that's really it. Rosario's been running my IVs every morning, and he had to go to a class for work this morning. And normally we start around 8:45. But being that I'm running them, I need a little more rest this morning. So I'm starting them a little bit later. And with IVs that I'm on, and most IV antibiotics, you have a range from, you could do them anywhere from 7 to 9 hours. So I took up the most time and extended it to the 9-hour mark. So that's what I'm doing this morning. And I mixed the medication over there, the first bag. Excuse me, so that's mixed. I mixed the other bag after. Finished giving the anti-nausea and flushed my line, hook that up, and then I have another antibiotic over there, which you could see in the smaller ball. And then after that, I have the saline hydration. So total, that'll take an hour for the bags, an hour for the small ball, and 2 hours. So that's about 6 hours, right? Oh no, I'm sorry, 4 hours. I'm losing it. 4 hours. So anyway, all right. So 4 hours. I'm thinking 2 hours for each thing. But no, 2 hours for each antibiotic. No, an hour for each antibiotic. Sorry. I was counting 2 hours per bag for a second. Half hour for each bag. My fault. So a total an hour for the bag, an hour for the ball, and then 2 hours for that. So 4 hours. And then I'm free for a little while. So anyway, all right, I'm going to put a little more of the anti-nausea in. It's 1 ml per every 2 minutes. So then we have 1 more ml to go. And then a little saline to flush the line, and the antibiotic will be hooked up. And I'm gonna go do, since I'm up nice and early, and you could hear my cough is pretty productive, I am going to go do a chest PT and get that out of the way. And I'm having some chest tightness and difficulty breathing this morning, so yeah, I'm gonna go do that. And I guess I will see you guys a little later on.
Hey guys, it is 1:30 in the morning. I am about to change Jill's IV right here, and she's feeling a bit nauseous, as you can see over there. She has a bucket ready to throw up, and we got some haircuts today. Got some bad news also that Jill's grandfather passed away, and it just wasn't a good day today. But yep, we're just finishing up here, and Jill's been upset throughout the day, so it's just been one of those days today. Hey guys, we are here today to change Jill's port. she is.
Hello guys.
It's been a while since we vlogged, but it's also been pretty rough couple of days. Jillian lost her grandfather, and yeah, so that was unexpected. So it's been pretty tough, but here we are nonetheless. And got some traffic coming here. We got to Manhattan pretty quick, but then the streets took a long time. So
I am happy to be having my port replaced, or figuring out what's wrong with this one first and then replacing it, because I've had it with these peripheral IVs. Hopefully it'll be a good day this afternoon. I don't know if you guys can tell where we are, but look where we wound up.
we are in the main hospital where Jill comes for her appointments.
Yeah.
And we didn't get to remove the port today, which is what we came for. So
I guess we'll explain.
Yeah, we'll explain a little bit
what
more when we get in
happened.
the car.
Yeah, I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. And yeah, I'll explain to you guys what happened either in the car or when we get home. But yeah, that's really it. It's a big explanation. It's been a long day, and I don't think we got anything accomplished. We're just stuck. Got the car, guys. What a day.
Yes, indeed.
It is 7 o'clock at night, and we are just leaving. And so pretty much what happened,
We got here, what time? Like
we got here 10:30 a.m. at the other location, the Midtown location.
9 hours.
And we've been here 9 hours exactly. And so pretty much we got there. They wanted to test out the old port access, the top and bottom, both lumens, put contrast in it and do a venogram, which I had expected. And that means they put contrast in it, and then they look at it under fluoroscopy, which is pretty much a fancy way of saying a x-ray, or a live x-ray, where they watch the vein that the port travels through on a screen. And pretty much it didn't show anything at all. But when they went to flush it, the top one, they could not flush it at all. They could not get blood return. The bottom one, it flushed beautiful. They got blood return, but that only lasted for so long. And then they really weren't able to get blood return, and then it got sluggish on them, which I told them was going to happen. So then they decided they wanted to try a low dose of the cat flow, or TPA, whatever you want to call it, which is a blood thinner, which I told them I wasn't allowed to have, but they wanted to check with my CF doctor. And she went ahead and gave them the okay, as long as it was a very low dose. So they had to send me over to the hospital in the Uptown location, which is where you guys have seen before, where I've always get hospitalized for CF, and where my CF specialist is and the rest of my doctors. So we come here at about, what did we head over here, 1:30? About 1:30. We get here about 2 o'clock. And so now it's 7 o'clock, and what do you think they do? They access the port. They decide they're not even going to bother with the top one because it's completely dead. They'll leave it alone. They access the bottom one, which I was told by the interventional radiologist over there that they were going to access both of them and put cat flow in both. They were going to find a way to push it in a little bit, at least, into the top one. So anyway, they didn't have, the reason why they sent me over here to do it to the hospital was because they didn't have the right IV pump. They didn't have an IV pump, you know, the IV, regular IV pumps you see in a hospital, just to run plain old IVs. They didn't have one of those over there, which is complete bullshit in my opinion. If you're in interventional radiology, you should have that, especially if that's your job, to put in ports and take them out and fix them, and that's what you do. So they didn't have a regular old IV pump, so I had to come over here for them to put the TPA, or the cat flow, the blood thinner in, to run it over a slow rate over an hour and a half, in which it was diluted in saline. So that they wanted to run over an hour and a half, a low dose, so that way it could get in there and hopefully break up the debris, which they believed that's why it's been sluggish, and not, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. They believe there was like debris built up around the ends of the catheter, and it sort of, the catheter sort of around it thins out and became smaller. over time from so much use. So
Yeah. It's almost like plaque psoriasis, but in the catheter, not in the vein.
yeah. So anyway, literally what the surgeon had said, crap built up. Yep, crap built up. So I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know what to say.
See you maybe when we get home.
Anyway, they did that. They flushed it through afterwards. They saw no difference. But they said that, oh, it's flushing, even though it's slow, it is flushing.
Like they end up
So
comparing the x-rays?
they could use it. Well, he was going to compare them afterwards, but he couldn't do it in that room. But it doesn't even make a difference whether you compare before and after. It's still the same thing. It's not really working. It's sluggish. So, but he said, yeah, it flushes well. I said, yeah, it flushes well. The problem is the medication is on gravity and it doesn't really drip well. So that's the problem. It may flush okay when we flush it and get blood return, but the medications don't run. So we're still back at the same problem, which we already knew, and nothing was solved. And I was under the impression I was going there and they were gonna flush it, and if it didn't work, they were replacing it and doing surgery, and that's what I was told. And
entire day.
we wasted literally.
We could have been at Grandpa's.
Yeah. And unfortunately, my grandfather, as Rosario told you earlier, his funeral and burial was today, and I could not be there and had to miss it for this bullshit in plain English. They didn't even replace it and everything. They did exactly what we already knew, and it's absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah. Anyway, just completely frustrating. And so now it's pretty much, I'm gonna try and use it again to see if that cath flow did anything at all, which I doubt it did. But yeah, he said try using it. The radiologist said try using it. If it doesn't work, then we for sure will replace it. But now that they've proven in their minds that it doesn't work, now they're okay with replacing it. So it's just ridiculous. But anyway, that's really it. And we are sitting in a shit ton of traffic. The bridge is completely backed up. It's rush hour getting out of Manhattan. So yeah, I'll turn the camera so you guys could see what we're sitting in. Not like you guys haven't seen traffic before, but this is it. So yeah, we maybe moved like 10 feet. So this is the traffic we're in. This is what the bridge is right there, but we still gotta wrap all the way around. And there's Rosario, the driver. He must be exhausted. I know I am. I tried napping for like 30 minutes. And yeah, so we're just really exhausted. So we are finally out for lunch. It is Thursday and it's in between IVs, so that's good. And I'm looking forward to my salad over here.
Me too.
Delicious. We're having some Japanese food, and look at this salad.
It's like a little bird. Wait. Hello.
Right. Time to eat.
Look at this cool
Beautiful edible arrangement.
fruit arrangement. It's got a little vase there. And yeah, it looks really delicious.
Rosario's parents and sister and brother-in-law sent this to our house for as sent their condolences, you know, for my grandfather. So that was really nice of them.
And now we're gonna enjoy it.
We can have
Some
a
of
little
it.
piece.
So pretty. I don't even want to touch it, but
I know, it looks beautiful.
it smells so good. Oh, you gotta stick a head in there. It's really good.
It's 3:30 in the morning. I just woke up. Wow, it smells really, really good. In the morning, I just woke up from
Major nap.
being beat. Yeah, from these IVs. They've really been knocking the crap out of me.
But thank God tomorrow's the last day.
Yes.